It is week 12 for the Razorbacks, and they're gearing up for arguably their biggest game of the season. They're preparing to take on a third-ranked Texas. And here to help me break it all down is SEC Network analyst Chris Doering. Chris, thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's good to be on.
Well, Arkansas and Texas, a rivalry that goes back a long ways, all the way back to the days of the Southwest Conference. Now here we are, their first meeting in the Southeastern Conference. What kind of life does that bring to the rivalry with these two back to being conference opponents?
Yeah, I'm excited. As a kid, I remember watching these two teams play one another, and I think for Texas fans and Texas coaches and some of the players that have been around, they want to get that taste out of their mouth from the last trip to Fayetteville in 2021. I thought it was a litmus test for Texas to see how SEC ready they were, and the Hogs showed Texas that they needed to upgrade the lines of scrimmage a little bit. I thought they were the more physical team in that game, and subsequently, Sark has improved the lines of scrimmage significantly. I think it's going to be a tough matchup for Arkansas. I can't get out of the head that vision of Jordan Watkins for Ole Miss catching 5 touchdowns in that secondary. They'll face a very similar offense in that Texas has a ton of different weapons at Quinn Ewers' disposal. You look at the receivers, the tight ends, the running backs. It's going to be tough for Arkansas to be able to defend all of those options.
As someone who's followed Texas so closely in its first season in the SEC, what would you say is the biggest threat that the Longhorns pose for Arkansas?
Yeah, I just think it's the number of options. I mean, you look at what Quinn Ewers has been able to do. A lot of short passes last week in that ball game against Florida, 277 yards after the catch. So Arkansas's defense has got to do a better job of tackling the football. Florida didn't do a very good job of that. They've got to find a way to disrupt Quinn Ewers as well. I think one of the questions that I have still about Texas is their offensive line. They haven't necessarily run the ball as consistently as maybe we thought they would heading into the season. And they have been, at times, a little porous up front. So can Travis Williams' defense be able to take advantage of some of those questions?
And Texas certainly a heavy favorite coming into this game as a top 5 team, but Arkansas has shown this season that they can compete in and win these big games where they're not really given a chance. We saw that in the game in the win over Tennessee. What are the Hogs going to have to do this weekend to come out with a win over Texas?
Yeah, give your fans something to be excited about. I mean, I think that's one of the things that's impressed me the most about Arkansas fans is they show up and they create that home field environment. It's a tough place to walk into. So I know this is an early ball game. Get out there, get loud early on, and create that home field that you had when the Razorbacks were able to knock off Tennessee earlier this season.